Good afternoon, friends, and thank you for being here. My name is Father Jim User, the Director-President of Don Bosco Prep, and I would like to welcome all of you who have come here today. Don Bosco Prep strives to be, after the spirit of St. John Bosco, strives to be four things: a home, a school, a church, and a playground. I have to imagine you're all here because of news about the playground, not about the home, the school, or the church. But you're welcome. I am grateful you're all here, and I will turn it over to our principal, Mr. Robert Fazio.
Thank you, Father Jim, and thank you all for being here this afternoon. Back on July 5th, when I arrived on this campus as a vice principal, never did I think I'd be standing before you today as the acting principal of Don Bosco, where Coach Greg Teel would retire. This is a day in which is bittersweet. He gets to savor the moment of being such an iconic figure in the sports world, not only in Upper Bergen County, but in the state of New Jersey and in our great country. So when I arrived here on his campus back on July 5th, one of the first people I met was Coach Teel. Coach Teel has been so kind to me. We had daily conversations. I so admired him. I came from the public education world and always looked at the body of work that this man did and the success that he had. He's a man of dignity and honor. He's a man that led from the front. He's a man that pushed athletes to the next level. I wish Coach Teel the best. We honor Coach Teel for all that he's done for us here at Don Bosco. And at this point in time, I'd like to introduce our athletic director, Brian Mappin.
Thank you, Mr. Fazio, Father Jim, and thanks for everybody for coming out this afternoon. Today has been an interesting day, to say the least. Personally, I'm fortunate to cover Mike as we first crossed paths in 2000 when I held the role of admissions director at Don Bosco Prep. It didn't take long for me to be impressed with his playing style as a multi-sport athlete, his maturity, and his love for competition, especially in the game of football. Since returning to Don Bosco Prep in 2015 as our offensive coordinator, what I noticed most about Mike Teel is that Mike possesses the gift of positive coaching. It is truly something special to watch. His energy, his passion will inspire student athletes whom he comes in contact with on a daily basis. In every job, as we all know, there's good days and there's bad days. Today's a difficult one, but yet exciting one for the Don Bosco Prep community. It is with extreme confidence that I get to introduce to you the 11th coach of the Don Bosco Prep program, graduate of class of 2004, Coach Michael Teel.
Thank everyone for coming. When I first stepped foot on the campus of Don Bosco Prep in 2000, I had no idea the impact that it would have on my life. I came here as a young boy, not really knowing where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do, and I left here as a young man prepared for college, prepared for the real world. I went on to play college football in my home state of New Jersey at Rutgers University, followed by a couple stops in the NFL. As a player, I was lucky to be around some of the best coaches in the game. I sat in meetings with Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll. I fought through adversity in college with Coach Greg Schiano, and I learned how to be a man playing high school football for Coach Greg Teel. After my playing career finished, I knew very short after that I wanted to be a football coach. I wanted to have an impact on kids the way the coaches had impact on me throughout my career. Coach Teel had an impact on my life, but not only thousands of other players that have come through Don Bosco Prep, Hackensack High School, Riverdale, so on and so forth. He's had influence over kids for decades that few have. I've been lucky enough to call him a coach. I've been lucky enough to work for him. Coach Toll's legacy speaks for itself. What he's done over the last 17 years here at Don Bosco Prep is truly remarkable. He's changed the landscape of high school football in New Jersey. He's changed the landscape of Don Bosco Prep. The foundation that he built here at Don Bosco Prep is as solid as any that you'll find in high school football across the country. It's with great honor that I stand here as the 11th head coach of the Don Bosco Prep football program. It's not only a great challenge to inherit a program with such a winning tradition, but it's also a duty, and it's a duty of mine to honor Coach Toll as his successor. There are a couple important people here that I want to thank for this opportunity. First, Father Jim User, the director of Don Bosco Prep. Secondly, Mr. Bob Fazio, our principal. And then third, Mr. Brian McAleer, our athletic director. All three of these men have the same vision for not only the football program, but also for the school. I'm looking forward to working diligently with all three of them to continue to build on not only the tradition, but the foundation that's been laid here throughout the past years of Coach Toll. Also like to thank the Board of Trustees, the administration, and the faculty for allowing me to be the coach at Don Bosco Prep. I take great honor, and I understand the value of what this position brings. I'm looking forward to it, I'm excited, and I can't say enough that I'm looking forward with the chance of our kids to get ready to go to work. My college coach, Greg Ciano, used to always say, if it's not broke, break it and make it better. It's exactly where we are today. This program is in no sense broke. No sense broke. But I'm looking forward to the challenge of making it better. I think the one thing in life, which Coach Toll used to always say, you either get better or you get worse. My job is to continue to make Don Bosco Prep better. The core values of Don Bosco Prep will continue to be the same. We want to develop our young boys into young men, so when they leave here, both athletically, academically, and spiritually, they're better men, they're better people, and they're ready for the real world. We've put more college football players into college programs than any other school in the state of New Jersey. That's going to continue to happen. We've continued to set the standard, and we will only work harder to set that standard even higher for what New Jersey high school football means. So with that, I'd like to thank again everyone for coming out, and I'd like to open the forum to some questions.